I'm in salad and I saw Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. It is directed by James Somer. James Somer? Yes, James Somer. And I had not known what this is, but I do know that this is the first appearance of Scrappy on movies. Because he wasn't in the last movie, but he's in this movie. And I got some controversial opinions about Scrappy. So stay tuned for that. So if you haven't seen this movie, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. So the movie starts. We get to meet a red shirt Shaggy with Scooby. And they're going to a place. Why are they going to a place? Well, they're going to a place because they're... I think it's his uncle. Yeah, it's his uncle, Beauregard. He's a colonel? Colonel. That's what it is, colonel. I don't really understand the spelling of colonel. But yeah, Colonel Beauregard has left him a cool little place that looks super spooky and haunted. It's a mansion. It really reminds me of the mansion in Luigi's Mansion. You remember that one time where Luigi won a mansion that for a contest that he didn't even enter? And it was for the GameCube. Yeah. Shaggy, he's like, oh, this is a spooky mansion. This is so spooky, I don't want to live in it. And then you got the sheriff pulling up on them and being like, get out of here, get out. You shouldn't be here at all. It's too super spooky here. And Shaggy's like, oh, I inherited it. But he keeps on going. And when he gets there, it's spooky. And he's scared. But you got Scrappy. I like Scrappy in this because he is just like, all right, let's go in the mansion. What could there be wrong? It seems to be that there's just nothing here that's gonna go wrong here, you know? I like Scrappy's attitude, but, you know, they hesitantly don't want to go in, but then they do go in because the truck sinks in mud, and they're forced to stay there, and they have to deal with a servant. He's not very good. By not good, I mean that he openly talks about how he believes the jewel are his because he helped the colonel. He helped them. But, you know, he wasn't written into his inheritance, so I don't think that he does rightfully have any access to the jewels. I think that servant is just very greedy. But I also think that he should get some percentage of that jewels. I mean, not considering him at all, I would imagine why the servant gets super bitter and doesn't like Shaggy or Scooby being there at all, because they're just competition. And also, there's this rumored treasure that's hidden that the servant knows about, but the sheriff doesn't. He's like, I don't know if that exists. You know, stuff like that. Fun stuff. And then we get to see, oh, they're being scared. They're so scared of the ghosts that they're like, oh, let's call some brothers. Let's meet the Boo Brothers. This is where the title comes from. He calls the Boo Brothers, and pretty much right away, I'm just noticing their character design. I really appreciate that their characters are very distinct from each other. You got a really fat one, then you got a really muscular and kind of big one, but like he's like very distinctly different from the fat one, the dumb one. And then you also got a tall and skinny one. It's very fun. I like all their dynamics. So the one with the orange hat is unnecessarily mean to everyone else, and then everyone else is like, they're bickering with each other, and they don't really hunt any ghosts. They're not very good at it. You got the ghost of Colonel Beauregard. Even though he has left them their mansion, is telling them to go home. And I'm just like, what? But who told Shaggy that this was up for grabs? Because you, Beauregard, left him a mansion. Then you're saying, oh, this isn't your mansion. So, I don't know what this is. Maybe this is some sneaky tricks being played by the servant. That's what I'm thinking at this moment. Oh, the servant doesn't want them to have the jewels. He's very greedy. So, you know, it must be him. But there's also some sort of a gorilla on the loose, or some sort of bear running around. There's just like a bunch of shenanigans that they have to deal with. But there's also, Shaggy has a big appetite, so he's the only one that was going to look for the clues in the fridge, and so they have clues to find. I should also mention that on top of everything happening with all the ghosts, there's also the neighbors that they have to deal with. You got neighbor who is really attracted, I guess, to Shaggy, but also the brother hates Shaggy because they hate Beauregard, or hate the Beauregards, or the family. But what did the Beauregards do to them? This is a whole different backstory that can be discovered, that can be explained. Like, was there like a civil war between them? Was there a property dispute? Was there a murder? Was there a ghost? Or was Beauregard taking the neighbors and transforming them into ghosts and then releasing them out into the wild? Was that there's just so many things that can be expanded upon, but there's just a line and then it's never addressed again, and I'm like, oh, this could be a really good plot for something else. But, you know, it's a Scooby-Doo, so there's more fun shenanigans, such as, oh, there's a lot of gun shooting. The brother of the chick that really loves Shaggy and tries to kiss him every chance that she can, and I don't think Shaggy likes it. He's actively trying to hide from her, and I respect Shaggy's decision to not want to be kissed by some random girl, which, honestly, she is cute. I wouldn't mind getting kissed by her, but I respect Shaggy's decision. So anyway, now we're following a bunch of clues, and you got, each clue is hard, but we also have Scrappy is there. Luckily, he's there to answer all the clues. He just gets it. And I'm like, yo, Scrappy, you're smart. You got, oh, Shaggy and Scooby are being, oh, they're scared. Oh, no, not scared. But then we have Scrappy, who's conquering all his fears. He seems just to be very fearless, being like, oh yeah, this is the answer to the question, because this is a fun riddle. My favorite riddle has to go something like this. Don't look any higher. Just think what you're called when you're not the buyer. A seller. I got that pretty immediately. And Scrappy was like, oh yeah, that was pretty great. Yeah, give me more. I want some more. And I was like, there's just, how long is this? There's just so many things happening. We got, on top of the Colonel, we also have a gorilla that is just out and about, and it's spooking everyone. And you got the sheriff chasing that too. We also got a skull face, and his design's pretty cool. And there's just so much going on, but on top of all of that, there is a scene where this is the last clue. Found the last clue, and the Boo Brothers, they're pretty useless still. They finally have some use, and they finally discover, oh, we gotta keep our keen eye on this guy. We really got to get this skull ghost. And you know what happens? They capture the skull ghost, and guess who it is? It's good old pal Sheriff. And it's because they capture him when they do find all the jewels in the fireplace, and then the ghost is like, oh, give me your money. And then, you know, tipsy-turvy, he gets captured, and then his mask is removed, and being the sheriff, I'm like, wait, hold on. Is this... The sheriff didn't know where the jewels were. I guess he was playing dumb. Maybe he was playing dumb. But then the sheriff comes in, and it turns out this sheriff that just came in is the real sheriff, and the sheriff that is playing the ghost is his brother. And I'm just thinking, was it his brother that showed up at the beginning? Or was it him and then his brother came in towards the end and then the sheriff appeared? It's just so many questions left open for where the which sheriff was it? It's really fun thought to think. But also, what's fun? We got, oh, Shaggy's like, oh, Boo Brothers, you tell your tale of you being orphans. I'm going to give all the jewels to the orphanage for the Beauregards. Beauregard Orphanage Fund. That. And the manservant, he gets none of it. Ha ha, screw you, guy. And then they drive off. And it's spooky. That's the end. And I really gotta talk about Scrappy, because I've heard a lot of people not really like Scrappy, but from this movie, I like Scrappy. I can say in Scooby, the first one, Scooby 1, I don't like Scrappy in that, but I also don't like Scooby in that either, because they're kind of a vehicle for fart jokes. But in this one, Scrappy is really intelligent, and fearless. He's brave. He's just so cool, and he's calm and collected, and I like that. And I also like the animation. The animation is fun, and it's goofy. It's very slapsticky, and I don't like the Boo Brothers. I don't think that they should be hired, and there must be a reason why they're stuck on Earth and not in wherever they're supposed to be, heaven or hell or anywhere in between. I'm not very well versed on end of life stuff. So I gotta give this movie a solid 6.5 out of 10. If there's a movie that you like and I haven't reviewed it, there's a chance I haven't even seen it. So recommend a movie in the comments below, or fast track that request at patreon.com/ASCpresents for $20 a month. For 1 month equals 1 movie review request. So go check out patreon.com/ASCpresents. If you want to see my adult content, go to this link tree on the screen here, and you can see whatever I'm wearing underneath this. And also, it helps support the channel, so go to this link tree here. Until next time, I'm in Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.